Site later today. Now, our first guest has summoned extraordinary courage to face things that would have defeated most people. She's battled a drink problem, dealt with a mother's suicide, the tragic loss of her first child and a miscarriage. But now she's facing life with a stronger will and a greater wisdom than ever before. Please welcome Elaine Lordan.
Oh, it's her.
Hello, darling. Oh, lovely to see you. Oh. Now, Elaine, you may have heard that rather heated debate.
I did.
There. And you've obviously been someone who's had the rough end of the stick as regards the press. What are your views on what we were talking about?
I think there should be a law to stop it, to be honest with you. I think it's fair enough if you go to a West End club or, you know, go to a celebrity do to be photographed. I think that's fair game, but... from my point of view, I get photographed walking across the road to get a pint of milk in some smelly old tracksuit bottoms. And, you know, then I get, you know, shocking pictures of Elaine, and at my mother's funeral they turn up as well, which I think is totally wrong.
No, they are. I agree with you, Elaine. I mean, they are really badly behaved. They are naughty, and I think they're probably worse in this country than they are anywhere else in the world. And I do wish they would act sometimes with more respect. But I mean, do you agree? If you have any kind of privacy law in that restricts what they can do with celebrities, then it does protect the people, you know, that really do need to be exposed sometimes. And I think it's wrong. I think the press should have total freedom.
Do you think, Elaine, that because, you know, you and I have both battled with the booze, or certainly according to the papers, so do you feel any kind of responsibility that you've maybe ignited the flame as regards the press are concerned?
I think that they've created what they've wanted to create, and I've never sort of had the opportunity to say what I've wanted to say, and not even just... It's journalists as well. I mean, when I was pregnant, they were phoning up my doctors, pretending to be me, wanting to get my urine sample results and blood results, and fortunately I've been with my same doctor for years and the receptionist knew it wasn't me, but, you know, I had to have code words.
No, I'm sorry, but that, to me, says we should have a privacy law.
Yeah.
No. Well, I know. Well, no, I still... yeah, well, maybe we should... No, I still don't think they should. But listen, let me just say I do think they are underhand and they are out of order and they are shocking. But I think, you know, if the Press Complaints Commission exists for that reason, to tell the press off when they do things like that.
But they
don't.
But
they do. But
yeah,
they're
but
very
at the
selective.
end of the day, if these papers and all of that didn't sell with that kind of information, with you looking rough in a pair of scrappy bottoms, they wouldn't print them. It's obvious that they sell, so we're all to blame as well, because we buy them and go, oh, look at Elaine Lordan looking a mess.
But Elaine, because obviously, and I know you were, you know, offered a lot of money to talk to the press about your problems and your battles. This is why you, I assume, wrote the...
I wrote the book because after my mum died and my son died, whatever it takes, you know, they were on my doorstep 2 days after my mum died saying, can we speak to Elaine, please? You know, no. Same with my son, and being offered so much money, I just wanted to be in control of it. And I would also like to say that the book is, obviously, there's, you know, the sad things in it, but I'd like to think there's a lot of humour in the book as well.
Well, I think that's what comes over, and I think, you know, sort of all credit to you that, you know, it is almost incomprehensible to sort of think about how you have dealt with the, you know, the death of your mum, the death of your child. But I think what comes through in the book is that you have made a decision to move forward, that you could either sort of sink or swim, as it were, and you've chosen to swim.
Yeah, well, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, as they say. And can I just show the book, actually, just so everybody knows? My hair isn't actually like this. This is Lee, the makeup guy who's done it. That is what it usually looks like. I feel so odd. I feel so weird.
You've got more hair.
I know. It's like really buffon, but lovely.
Can I just say as well, very quickly, that my son last night, because I've had this book, and he said, oh, can I read some of it? So he's been reading it the last 2 days. He's 14. And he said to me last night, Mum, when you meet Elaine Lordan, can you tell her that I think she's inspirational?
It is. I mean, because you're not a victim.
Yeah. I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. Thank you.
You're not like running around looking for sympathy or anything.
No,
and you've written the book.
And that was another reason I wrote the book, is because tabloids kept describing me as Tragic Lordan, Tragic Lordan.
No. They do, though, don't they? They get one headline and stick to it.
And it got to the point that I was, you know, sort of meeting people and want to say, oh, my name's Tragic. Do you know what I mean? It was getting so ridiculous. You know, tragic things have happened, but it doesn't make you a tragic person.
I was talking to Les Dennis, and he said that he has to walk around with a constant smile on his face, because if he's just sitting having a sandwich, the headline is Les Miserable. You know, the next next day, so he has to be sort of like walking around like this. The great thing that's also come out of all the trauma that you've had is that whereas you said in the book that it could actually push people apart, it's brought you and your husband, Peter, closer together, and you seem to have a great relationship.
Don't get angry, Carol, but we've always been close.
What? I know.
In fact, I met one of your ex-boyfriends.
You did actually. I know.
I did.
In the Lake District.
That's
I think,
correct.
wasn't it?
Yes. And he said, he actually said, "Oh, I must go out for a drink with you and Carol." Oh no, I can't handle two Larry Birds in the same. That's exactly what he said.
I know. I think he told me.
Elaine, has the book been like therapy for you, though? Has it been good for you to write all this down?
Yeah, definitely. And empowering because, you know, it's my story in my own words. And I'm not going to lie, I did have somebody help me, but it is my own words.
Yeah.
So your book's
It's
probably more use to someone than, you know, we will be talking about self-help books later in the show. And you know, I'd rather read a book like yours that actually, you know, it proves that actually you can get through this stuff.
Of course you
can. I mean, did you get any help or anything? Did you have counselling?
Wonderful father, wonderful sister, wonderful friends. And can I just take this opportunity, I know it's a bit cheeky, just to thank all of the staff at the UCLH who looked after my baby, James. Thank you. Neonatal
Thanks
unit.
to all the staff. Thanks, Elaine. Well, listen, it's a great read. It's called Whatever It Takes. If you get the chance to read it, well recommended. For now, Elaine Lordan. Time for a quick break, but still to come today, we'll be meeting